BLEZZ.
Yeah, man. A few days ago, something called the APC Live was leaked online. And now, today, very recently, Akai has made it official, going under the name Akai Force. Maximum Force. You're probably familiar with this, but Akai has been making Ableton Live dedicated controllers for some time, the APCs, and this seems to be like some bizarre mix of the Ableton Push and the MPC Live put together into one humongous chunk. Let's have a look at it. So this is what it looks like. Kind of cool at first glance. I mean, it looks exactly like the Ableton Push at the bottom. And on top, it's got the big screen from the MPC Live, very reminiscent of the MPC Live, plus a crossfader. That seems pretty cool. I wonder what that's for. I'm not that familiar with Ableton Live, but you can probably figure out what that's going to be good for if you mess around with that software a lot. I'm sorry here, but the thing looks like a canoe. It's a mess. Look at it. And the screen definitely needs some angling. That for certain is going to be a pain in the neck when you're looking at it, because you're going to have to be like bent over like this to be watching it. Doesn't look very comfortable, to be honest. It is a standalone machine, which is cool. You don't have to connect it to a computer. You can just bring it with you on the go. I guess. Could be nice. Looks pretty big, but yeah. It's also limiting because this probably means you're gonna be stuck with the Akai native plugins. Let us have a look at the back. It's got CV and gate, which is pretty cool if you're into modulars and stuff like that. MIDI in, out, and through with the small jacks. 4 outputs, 2 inputs. Pretty basic. Some USB connections there. Plug in a joystick. PS3 controller maybe. And it's also got a link, and I'm guessing you can link 2 of these together like you do with the CDJs or whatever. So I'm guessing you can have, if you would want to buy 2 of these, if you're like really rich, you can have 2 of them linked together with one project loaded up on one and one on the other. Perchance the crossfader comes into play here. Well, the ins and outs looks pretty cool. This is built to appeal to the users of Ableton Live, but it seems like they're running Akai software on it. They don't even mention Ableton Live once in this video, unless I missed it. So I guess you won't be able to throw projects back and forth between Ableton Live. At least they're not making it obvious. That kind of makes me wonder what the fuck they're doing. Let us find out. In March 2019, Force's development program includes in-depth Ableton Live integration. So you're not going to get it all, from the get-go. This functionality will include total visibility and command of Ableton's clip matrix, tactile control of core mixer parameters, including crossfader assignments, and control of device parameters instantiated in Ableton Live's workspace via the touch user interface and Force's rotary encoders and OLED displays. So you are going to be able to control Ableton Live with the controller, obviously, but it doesn't say whether you can transfer projects back and forth. So maybe you want to go on vacation, you're paying $1,500 to bring this, and obviously a humongous backpack as well. You work on something, get back to the studio, you want to load the project up in Ableton Live. It's not clear here whether it can do it. Maybe if somebody knows, you can inform me. I don't know, man. Additionally, March 2019 will also see Splice integration within Force. Splice Sounds fuels the creativity of producers around the world with millions of high-quality, royalty-free samples, sounds, presets, and loops. Don't use loops, man. Covering nearly every musical style. So you can connect by Wi-Fi directly and like instantly access Splice with it. That's pretty cool. if you're using splice the right way. I made another video on splice that's coming up pretty soon. We're gonna have a serious discussion about this. Is it cool to be taking a loop, a sampled loop, and just bringing the whole thing into your beat and keeping it the way it is? I don't think it's cool. We're gonna talk more about that later, like I said. Anyhow, it's scheduled to come out on the 5th of February 2019. Functionality wise, this is an MPC Live with the Ableton Live workflow and splice integrated. Come on, Akai. Seriously, man. You better give the MPC Live users the splice thing as well. Because this is probably like the same hardware with the same capabilities, just a different software with the Ableton Live workflow. I don't see the point of this, honestly. Look, I can see the appeal in this, but to me it looks like Akai is just attempting to juice out some more from their MPC Live technology. And the MPC Live is where their focus should be. Not off in La La Land building a fucking transformer. And it seems like they do this every year. Ever since the 2000 XL, it's been like abandonware mania with Akai. You need to bring Roger Lynn in. Focus on the MPC Live users instead. Update the software on it. Give them sidechain compression, for example. I know they want that. More featured. Maybe a software that's not quite as epileptic as it is right now. Also, I get the standalone hype right now. You want to get away from the computer. This is a computer, and it's not very portable, is it? I guarantee you get a better overview and more control with a laptop and a push controller. Trust me, editing samples on a touchscreen, not so enjoyable. It's a novelty pastime. You try it out for a bit, then you're back on the wheels. At least that's what happened for me when I was trying the MPC Live out. I think it's stupid. I think it's gonna flop. I think it's a racist crossbreed canoe. So yeah, I know there are gonna be some fan base of it, some following, but this is just what I think. Don't take it too personal. I didn't do this video to give you all the facts on the machine. I just want to share some of my thoughts. So what do you think about it? No man, it's a humongous chunk of extra money squeezing. Look, I really hope that you could transfer your projects into Ableton Live, and so it's not a completely different format in the Akai software that's on the actual machine. Or I will feel sorry for the users, whatever your usage area is gonna be. This is definitely not something I'm gonna get. It's a prime user luxury item for those who can afford to spend $1,500 on an MPC Live mashed together with a push controller. Have a look at the specs. I mean, it's basically the same thing as the MPC Live. So the only thing is that the workflow is different and you have access to splice directly from the machine. And that's a cool thing, but I don't think it's gonna go too well. I think this is just a fucking cash cow. Is that applicable? A cash cow? You know what I mean. They just want to make a quick buck, that's all. I'm sure, hey, some of you are gonna love it. Whatever, fine. I think it's a piece of trash. Check out this biggest selling point right here. I would pay $5 billion just to get this arpeggiator.
Force is also equipped with an extremely powerful onboard arpeggiator. If you hold down Shift and press ARP, you can see the configuration menu. It's split into 4 different actions. You have a traditional ARP where you can choose up and down variations, the amount of octaves.
Let's start a fight in the comment section. Also, please consider becoming an astronaut. Check out the link below here, how to become an astronaut. Subscribe, ring that bell, and let's talk some more shit. On to the more important, Meximum Megastar of the day. Begs and Acon, straight from out of Norway, featuring Nordlys. This guy, he's a really cool guy. I've been talking to him a little bit, and he makes beats that are right up my alley, and he really deserves a spot in the spotlight, on everybody's spotlight. Give it together. Big round of applause for Beggs and Acon. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, raske briller 2019, nok en gang 20 stil på biten, Beggs and Acon, nå lys! Kjenner varme fra det innerste, kald som faen, men kan finne det, tvinger det frem og tvinner det. Finne styrke i svakhet og lindre det, prøv å overleve livet, jakte lykke, håp og finne det. Søker svaret det rare, gjør alt for å klarne svaret, og lar det tale sin sak, og saken taler for alle, hvert fall alle i fallet. Vant å dale, vant å klare det, male det bildet, svare med linjer som vi forklarer det innad. Den som forstår, han forstår. Gir slipp og lar det gå, la det gå. Overleve sakte, sakte, men sikkert vi får det på. Støde skritt i takt mot mål. Fyr opp en lighter om dagen er grå. Du finner fighter i flamme, havet kan og klare som få. Smaker på alt som kommer, kommer og går. Jo, det ordner seg aldri, men det går over i morgen. Smaker på alt som kommer, kommer og går. Jo, det ordner seg aldri, men det går over i morgen. Det går over.
Det går over i morgen.
Det går over.
Det går over i morgen.
Det går over.
Det går over i morgen.
Det går over.
Det går over, ja.
Vi tar det vi får. Fikk brød til frokost med sjampis i går. Lever for et minne meg på. Har testet alt og prøvd det meste, mest for å forstå. Testet grenser, følt meg ovenpå. Daler fort og hardt, det fortsatt der jeg går. Lite overskudd og dårlig råd. Rapper rått og kjører på. Rett i fletta, noe tekster, hekta ekte råd. Smaker på alt som kommer, kommer og går. Jo, det ordner seg aldri, men det går over i morgen. Smaker på alt som kommer, kommer og går. Det ordner seg aldri, men det går over i morgen. Det går over.
Det går over i morgen, ja.
Yep.
Det går over i morgen.
Det går over.
Det går over i morgen.
Det går over.
Det går over i morgen.
Om du så.
Det går over i morgen.
Yeah.